Last night, I was up searching for, I don't know, over an hour for a video of how to sharpen, no, take that back, how to adjust the bed knife to real contact. Not one video out there, so we're gonna make one now. What is up? Okay, so this video is going to seem a little out of place, but the garage is a mess, first of all. And secondly, I just got this Mclane mower. The first thing is to remove this cover with a 13mm wrench. I like these gear wrenches, nice and easy. A little loose already. I think I was oiling up the chain before. Yeah. Okay, now that that's off, you've got two bolts down here. You got this one here, and then this one underneath. It's kind of hard to see. That one right there. Good grief. So loosen those two up, and that's basically what holds your reel in place. So you got this little kind of adjustment plate here. What you'll do is, and this one's really hard to reach back here in there. It's even hard to see. So if you go in there, there's one that holds on the other side of here, and then another one here, and you'll actually just adjust that down to move the reel down so that it's making better contact with the bed knife right there. This one's okay right now, but it's not quite cutting paper, which is what you ultimately want to kind of use to make sure this thing is sharp and making contact. You'll hear like metal to metal on there if it's done correctly. You may have to remove this and push it. This is the height adjustment for this front bar here. But basically you just want to push this. And this is like terrible design. I'll show you in a second. This bolt will make contact when you go to adjust it, and there's just not enough clearance in there. And the bar's not bent or anything. I mean, it's straight, but it is so close. So a little bit of tension on this spring down here pulls it back towards the body of the mower and then hangs up on this bolt, which you need to loosen. In addition to this one, that one, to adjust the position of the reel to make contact with the bed knife down here. And so, you know, if you're getting that, you're probably about at the right place. You may have to come up a little bit. That's where these screws come in. You can adjust up and down. This has nothing to do with your height adjustment. This is purely the contact between the reel and the bed knife. But it is just not that easy to move out of the way. But once you get it out of the way, you can pop your little 13 on here, loosen it a bit. Not a whole lot, both sides. And then I take a screwdriver, because there's a little hole in here that you saw, and you can actually adjust it down and push down just a little bit. Now, you know, 1/2 millimeter here is like 1 inch down there, so it doesn't take much to get this thing right. But once you're in here, just a little tap or two, and you need, if you can, or if you need to, you can use this. It's got a little plate on the top of it, a little bit of pressure there, and then go down just a bit. You can test it then. Still not enough contact, so we need to go down a little bit further. I think I've got this side all touched up and adjusted. You can hear that little bit of scratching, probably a little bit too much. So just go up a touch with it. That sounds good. Again, you want to take a piece of paper, hold it up in there, make sure it's getting good contact. And again, if you see the piece of paper kind of bend over or fold over like that and just kind of get creased, then it's not close enough. It needs to be cutting. Obviously, if it's not cutting and you've got it touching like that, you know that your blades need sharpened. These blades are a little bit different in that they're not like a normal rotary blade where you have a nice sharp edge on them. These are a lot more flat, and there's only so much you can really grind or back lap off of them. So a little bit different than your normal rotary mower. But again, you hear that little bit of metal touching, you know you're kind of in the right place. Obviously you can go out and test it, see if it hangs up or anything. If you engage the clutch and it doesn't move, you know you've probably adjusted it too far. Okay, so now I've adjusted this side. You can see where the old mark was there. So I mean, again, you know, a millimeter here, even 2 millimeters is a huge difference. And you can tell that because now it won't even move. It is just totally jammed up, which means we got to come up a little more. So now we're kind of in the middle there of where we were before, and now we're getting movement. You know, again, sharpening, backlapping this thing would make a huge difference, obviously on the sharpening, but as I said before, I could not find anything on adjustment between the reel and the bed knife. And obviously as your bed knife wears down, I mean, you can just see there's like, you can obviously get a new one of these, you can obviously sharpen it a bit to put a nice finer edge on there, but the more material you take off there, the less contact you're gonna have here. And so last night as I'm looking through, I'm like, no one's done this. Why have they? So anyway, had some time today, figured I'd come in here and mess around with it a bit and finally figured it out. So you got basically 2 bolts, well, once your cover's off, you got 2 here, and then 2 bolts here, 1 and then 1. This one's hard. You can't really get this one with the gear wrench, you know, closed in. You got to get an open end wrench on there to get that one. The other side is open because you don't have the height adjustment in here. But anyway, that's it. So loosen that one, loosen this one, mess around with it a bit. Obviously we'll just tighten these down. So over here you can see it cut pretty nicely with these papers in there. But over here, it's just not close enough yet. You can see it just bends it over. And it's tight because I can't pull it out, but it's not cutting it, it's just bending it over a little bit. So still got to go down just a little more on this side. And then the next thing on this mower actually is that we're going to end up doing a roller, actually just like my true cut here. This true cut is a 27-inch C27 5, 6, 7, 27-7 I think it's called. And this thing is a beast. I mean, it's so heavy, and what that roller does is, you know, obviously puts the stripes down, you know, right before you're cutting it, but it also really maintains a much more even cutting surface than those casters over there do. The caster, you know, you can have one fall down and then you're scalping to the left, and if the right one falls down, you're scalping to the right, and then you get really uneven. This is nice because effectively all you're doing is, you know, cutting this way. So the only variable is up and down like this, which I do not like this true cut, I'll tell you. And it's why I got that Mclane, because this true cut is just, it will give you carpal tunnel like crazy. So this engages your blades. Obviously you can lock that in. And then for this is your drive wheel. So this goes down to the clutch and the chain system there and drives these back wheels. And so, you know, it's a variable obviously, and the clutch is variable, which means that you know, the more you push this thing in, the faster it's gonna take off. But I mean, when you're holding this thing for 30 minutes or so, I mean, you just get shredded. So anyway, but I'm probably gonna end up selling this one and keeping that one. I don't like the functionality of that one. This one's a lot easier, obviously. You know, you've just got this one. You got your engine speed here, choke knob, everything to the engine, and then you got your drive. So once you turn around in your stripe, or you know, your row that you're going down, you engage this, and then you just pull this, and the real speed doesn't change. It's always the same based on the engine speed here. And so this is nice because you can actually control your speed of movement here, which is, again, still variable, but good grief, talk about ergonomics. I mean, this is just like night and day better than that one. So that one's probably gonna go away. It's in great shape. It's just old. And a lawn care and landscaping contractor had it before I did. I think I got it for like 200 bucks or something, which is exactly what I got that one for. That's a 20-inch, by the way, 3.5 or 3 horsepower, Briggs and Stride. So anyway, that's about it. I hope you found that useful. I know I would have last night at like 11:30 trying to figure out how to make this adjustment. But anyway, so that's the True Cut. That's the Mclane. Appreciate you guys checking it out. And let me know what you think of the videos. Leave a comment below. Appreciate it. See you.